You know, a lot of people ask me, like, you know, how you pull through and how do you still fight and go on and live life. There's many avenues and approaches that I can take to it, but I'll just say simply, you have to know that you know every day you're given your daily bread, and the reason why you're given your daily bread is just to know that God is who He is. I am that I am, and you know He's the one that provides for you. You know, and given that daily bread, that's enough for you to get through the day, because the Word also reminds you that tomorrow will worry for itself. But not even just getting too deep, but every day, you know, you have new and divine power that you're given. Now the question is what you're going to do with it. You know, with the daily bread and new and divine power, you know, you literally have a chance to be better than what you were the day before. And that's what I strive to do every day, you know, and I may not be the perfect person. I mean, nobody's perfect, you know. But here we are. You know, it is what it is. So I literally take it second by second, minute by minute, hour per hour. I want to flip this so you guys can see pretty much the same thing that I'm saying. But you know, you really just gotta take it day by day, and you know, second by second, second by second, minute by minute, hour per hour, day by day, month by month, and year by year. You know, so that every day that you're alive, you're blessed. And if you don't know that just by waking up, you're blessed, you have a whole lot of soul searching to do. And you have to have a whole lot more growth in your spiritual journey, you know, and you really have to get to know God and, you know, where you're at. But simply, you know, for me, if I didn't change my life and I didn't do a diet in my life, there's no way that I could have made it to the day that I made it thus far. You know, so when you're determined to make it through no matter what comes your way, there's a lot of situations that I faced, especially recently, especially, you know, with the vicissitudes that have come forward, but I'm still here and I'm still making it. It's just a confirmation, affirmation that, you know, God is really not going to put you through more than what you can bear. Because if you told me back in the day that I've had to witness and experience the things that I'm doing right now and being without the people who I thought would be by my side for the rest of my life, there's no way that I would have believed. But because when I pray, I believe in who I'm praying to, and I believe that He's able to do above and beyond. And because I've tasted and seen how good He is, I believe. And that's the only reason why I'm able to get through the things that I'm going through in life presently. You know, so I really just take it second by second, because you just never know what the next moment is going to bring. And I truly thought that I wasn't going to, you know, go on this cruise because I didn't want to, but there were so many factors of what would happen if I didn't go, and what would be affected if I didn't go. And for one, you know, you have to go through no matter what you're going through. You can't really just not move. You're going to, of course, in the game of life, in the game in general, life is not a game, but this is just an analogy at this point. But you can sit on the bench, but at some point you have to get back into the game, you know, especially if you're planning to win it. And I plan to win it. But the goal is not winning, it's the irony of it. It's to get you closer to God, and it's a preparation of what's to come. Are you truly getting ready for the aftermath, the coming of Christ? But days are going to bring challenges, and I know that. And now I now know that these are going to bring changes. So I don't really worry about what's going to happen, because what's going to happen is going to happen, and there's no getting away from it. It's the inevitable. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, because you know what's going to happen. It just, it's hard. But when you stick through it, and you know that everything is for a reason, and things happen in seasons, and though you can't control the seasons or the reasons, you know that it's for a purpose, and for a purpose and a will higher than yours. And I don't know what your religion is. I don't know what your faith is, but or who you believe in, but I believe in the Lord. As a Christian, as a God-fearing man, as a man of God, I truly seek to be the best man of God that I can be, the best son, the best father, the best cousin, the best uncle, the best dunkle. Dunkle just means dad and uncle, but I try to be the best that I can be, brother, cousin, anything indifferent. But you're gonna fail because you're not perfect. But this is what I do to make it through. I pray every day. I'm constantly working on my intimate relationship with our Father. I'm constantly seeking to be the better man that I was the day before. But I never, ever, ever give up. Sometimes you can give out. And when I got the news just recently, I know my dad is in a better place, but it just floored me because he's always been there for me. Even in the days when he knew I could do better and I was just slacking on in life, but he never criticized me. He never shunned me. He never turned away at all. He was always there through the good and bad times in my life. And he always said, son, you can be better and you can do better. He always told me that this is not the son that I raised. But I thought my past life was the only life. And it wasn't until life happened and I started running and I finally seen that he was absolutely right. I was so destined for more. So here we are, And I had to say, hey, look, even though I'm going through these things, I can't really, like I told y'all earlier, I can't give up on the cruise. I can't not go to the cruise. Just, a lot of things going on. And a lot of obligations that I had. So I came, and it's hard to be in the mood when you're going through things, but life is a fight and life is what you make it. And I choose to live the life is a living, and I know that my dad wouldn't want me like this, and I know, my loved ones wouldn't want me really just soaking and, fading away. So I fight on and I try to be active in life. And I tell people, just because I am who I am now doesn't mean that I'm not flesh. I'm still flesh, regardless of the title that I have now, and it hurts. It hurts like hell that I don't have my dad no more. It hurts like hell that my sister is in the hospital and going through these things, and I'm not there like I was before when she was there. And I was giving my life to be there for her, and for her to tell me that she's okay. This stuff hurts like hell. But I know my sister's a fighter, and to hear her say, I'm tired of being sick, I know my sister's tired because she's been through so much. She's had over 30-something surgeries and still counting. And she's still having surgeries. I know she's tired. More reason why I want to hurry up and try to get her to a point to where she don't have to be tired, to where she can actually have good days and she don't have to worry about being there for kids or older folk or anybody. Just she can just live. But it is hard, and just because I have my title now doesn't mean that life is not hard. It's still going to be hard for me because I'm still in my flesh, no matter what title that I have, but life is what you make it, and I choose to live, and all you can do is just pray. Just pray, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know the outcome, so it is what it is, but oh, man. I know she's going to be all right. I know it takes a minute. I know she's going to pull through. Because like I tell you, man, my sister is a fighter like no other. Like, that's my twin. That's my confidant. She's played my mom's. She's played everything. A very integral part of my life, a very vital part of my life. And she's been there, and not disrespect, but no downplay towards my mom. She did the best that she could with her capacity, and she's always made sure that nobody has disrespected us, and if they did, she dealt with them accordingly. And she was definitely on her part when she was. And even with her shortcomings, there's no point in me getting into it because that was then and this is now. But either way, she did the best that she could. And I'm just saying that my sister really played a mom's for me, and she's been there. But anyway, so how I get through on life, this is how I get through. I put it in God's hands, I pray, and I really take it second by second. And you guys already know the rest, but I do it second by second. A lot of people say, oh Lord, I need it every hour. I need it every hour. Nah, man, I need God every second. Every second of my life, every fiber of my being, I need him. Because I can't do it without him. And I know that, So for the ones who don't know, you need to get some understanding, because I know. Like, for real. if you don't know, all I can do is pray for you. You know, but this is what I'm looking at. The ocean, you know what I mean? Just very therapeutic for me, just seeing the water, seeing God's work that man can't explain or create. But I mean, this is what it is. I mean, you know, you have to live no matter what. Unfortunately, though I don't have my dad no more, I know it's a cycle of life. I know he's helped a lot of individuals. He helped a lot of souls. And his work is here, is done. You know, he was that stand-up guy. He was that man of God. And he did his time, and now he's home with our Father. And I miss him, and I feel selfish because I want him back, but I'm not going to break down on this. I'm just not. But for my dad to be gone and then right back to back, my sister's in the hospital and I'm not there with her, but yet I'm here on this funky cruise. It's just like, I should be there for my sister, but I mean, unfortunately, the way it's set up, I can't reverse it, and there's nothing that I can do about it. And she knows my heart. Like, you know, I didn't give her my life. Like, I stopped businesses. I stopped, you know, a lot of work opportunities. I stopped a lot, everything. You know, I stopped it to be there for her. You know, and I don't regret it. I don't. I did it 1,000 times for my sister. I give my life so she can live. Quite literally, that's my sister. That's my twin. That's my everything. You know, we raise kids together. You know, so her kids are my kids, and more reason why I said uncle earlier, but which is daddy, uncle, but a lot of things hit hard. You know, a couple turns in the businesses turned, you know, left for a second. I got through that, you know, because I mean, when you're self-employed and you own businesses, like there's a lot going on, especially when you're doing it for commissions and you're no longer working a 9 to 5. There's a lot of stuff that you have to deal with, and the people don't understand that. So I mean, I really work hard for my dollar. Not saying that the people that work 9 to 5 don't, but anyway, hell, it is what it is. That's just what it is. But yeah, so that's how I get through. Pray, make sure everything is legit, and I just push through. You know, because if it's not second by second, what are you doing? You know, but I put God first in all that I do, and I trust the movement. And once I see that it's the Lord, or it's, you know, supposed to be the way that it is, I let it be that way, and I don't go against it. Because when you got it in your gut feeling, or, you know, the feeling in general, where you're like, yeah, this is got to be God, you know, and it's not you, it's not your thoughts, it's just really Him. Like, it's undescribable, but you know when God is talking, and you know, you move then and only then. You know, so get that intimate relationship with God, and you'll be better able to navigate through life and get through the hardest situations in your life. Because in your darkest hour, God can be your brightest light. Quite literally. And there's no way that I would be in my mental or my sound mind in better choice of words with the fact of knowing that my dad has passed away. You know, my mom just had surgery. My sister just had surgery yet again right after the heart surgery. And my dad passed away. Like, it's only by the grace and mercy of God that I still have my sound mind, and I'm able to push through. And yet a lot of people think that just because I'm on this cruise, I'm having a time of my life. And to a degree, you're right, I'm having some fun, but I can't really enjoy it because my mental is just like, oh my word, My mom just got a surgery. My sister just came out of another surgery, and then my dad passed away. All of this is just hitting that one. So I'm fighting to eat. I'm fighting to drink. I'm fighting to enjoy the cruise. I'm fighting to go to these events and laugh and really have an open mind. But I have to believe that the one that I'm praying to is capable of delivering. So this is how I do it, So I'm not going to talk you guys' heads off. I know it's been over 20 minutes already, but people have been asking me, like, how do I get through and, what do I do to sustain when vicissitudes really happen and you really have no way or energy to reverse it. I'm not going to give you a soliloquy, even though it's over 21 minutes now, but you just got to know that God is God and there's no other God but Him. When you pray, you got to know that He's going to see you through and He's not going to let you fail, and that's what it is, and that's what keeps me going. I feed off the daily bread, and I fully wake up knowing that I have the new and divine power that He gives us. And I suggest you do the same. But when life hits, don't give up. Don't give up. God has already won. The devil's trying to bring you with him, and just don't give up. Suicide is not the answer. A lot of people turn suicidal and they think that's the answer. It's not the answer. I tried that and failed multiple times, and I done been locked up. And if you're still here, you got a purpose. You got to find out what that purpose is. Ask God what your gifts are and take it and run with it and utilize them gifts so it can be used according to His will and His glory, and He'll get the glory. And He'll lead you in the right places. You just got to let Him in and accept Him as, the God that He is and our Father, but it's strictly what you do. But this is how I get by. With that being said, I'm out. I don't want to start getting all soft and sentimental and start crying about my situations, but this is what it is, and this is what you got to do if you're talking about getting to the next level and surviving no matter what comes your way. Peace, and I love y'all.